Are you ready to bake some cookies? Well, I know I am. When it's holiday season, you need a really good gingerbread cutout cookie. And this is brand new. It's my Speculoos gingerbread cutout cookies. And I'm even going to show you how to make the royal icing so you can do your own decorations. But let's start with this delicious spiced cookie to begin with. It's very similar to a North American gingerbread cookie, but it's the spice profile that is different. It's a lovely buttery cookie, and I'll start by adding my butter to my mixing bowl, along with some brown sugar. So Speculoos is a Belgian style of gingerbread. There's also Speculoos, which is the original Dutch version. But what is distinctive about the European style of gingerbread is they don't have molasses in them. Instead, the cookies use honey. So instead of adding fancy molasses, you add beautiful honey. And this makes for a soft dough that even once chilled is actually easy to roll. And the way it bakes up, oh, that smell of the honey baking with the spices is like nothing else. First, I'll give this a little beat to combine everything. Of course, you can use electric beaters for this recipe if you wish. You can make it by hand, but I do find a recipe that calls for so much flour, it's a denser dough, is easier to use a little extra help. Scrape down the bowl before I add my single egg. Now it's time for the dry ingredients, which starts with the flour. Sift a little in just to get it going. And now let's talk about those spices. Speculoos, apart from a North American gingerbread. Of course, I've got cinnamon, I've got dried ginger, and I have clove. And this is where we get fun and fancy. Ground cardamom, ground aniseed if you can find it. If you can get ground fennel seed, that will work too, and a little bit of black pepper. Now, the cardamom, the black pepper, and the aniseed give this gingerbread such a beautiful aroma, and that heat from the black pepper complements the heat you get from the ginger. Additionally, I have a little baking soda, salt, and I can't forget about my little nutmeg in the corner there. I'll grate that in as well. So let me grate in the nutmeg first so I don't forget. If you can't find a spice like ground aniseed, don't worry, it won't ruin the whole recipe without it. It won't lack dimension. It just will lack that licorice flavor. Alternatively, in some European grocery stores, you can find Speculoos spice blend already made for you. Oh, just sifting it, just combining all those spices together. It smells so festive and delicious in here. And I'll combine my dough just until it comes together. Okay. And now you want to separate your dough and shape it into 2 discs and give it a chance to chill. If you're planning ahead for the holidays, you can pack these in the freezer and they'll freeze for up to 3 months. Thaw them in the fridge overnight before you're ready to roll, or give them at least an hour to 2 hours in the fridge to let that butter set up. One of the many things I like about Speculoos cookies, in addition to the spices, is the fact that coming right from the fridge, the dough still has a little softness to it thanks to the honey. It makes it easy to roll, so your dough doesn't crack when you're rolling it. And then when you bake the cookies, they really hold their precise shapes. I just love that. Once you get rolling, you'll find you don't need a lot of flour to dust, but you may need a bit right off the top. You want to roll your cookie dough until it's about 1/4 inch or 6 millimeters thick. These cookies bake up nice and crisp. All right. You can always brush off the excess flour if you want. I've got an assortment of cookie cutters and a couple of baking trays lined with parchment. So cut and try and put like-sized cookies on the same tray, and then if you've got smaller ones, they can go on a separate tray. This dough also re-rolls so well. Even when it gets soft, it still handles well, doesn't crack, and your cookies won't change shape or shrink back. A couple of big stars here. I think the reindeer are actually my favorite. I'll keep rolling, but bake off these first 2 trays. You want to preheat your oven to 325, and it does depend on the size of your cookie, but you're averaging between 10 and 15 minutes on the bake time. So 10 for the smaller, even up to 15 for the larger. What you're looking for is just a light browning around the edge of the cookies, and then you know they're done. A good Speculoos cookie will bake up nice and crisp. After your cookies have had a chance to cool on the tray for about 10 minutes, you want to remove them to a rack to finish cooling. That ensures they'll stay nice and crisp. And the nice thing about this cookie recipe, they will keep undecorated or with the royal icing on them for up to 10 days without compromise, and they also freeze wonderfully well, unbaked or baked. So I've got all my different shapes. What are they missing? Some decoration. And of course, royal icing is the type to use because it sets up so well. Now, to make royal icing, the easiest way to do it is to use a mixer or electric beaters. And let me just take this off. You're combining a whole lot of icing sugar. And really, for the best royal icing that sets dry and doesn't crack, you want to rely on meringue powder. So that goes in with your icing sugar and your 90 ml of warm water. So let me give this a little stir first, just to mix the meringue powder in with the royal. And when you first add the water, you'll think, that is not enough water for royal icing. Just give it a chance to dissolve. Start on low speed and work your way up. I use a paddle as opposed to the whip attachment when I'm using the stand mixer to make royal icing so that I don't over aerate the frosting. I don't want too many air bubbles in it. I want it to be smooth and easy to pipe. That way it holds the detail. Woo, it's like it's snowing in here. And there we go, that icing sugar dissolves. The meringue powder is dried egg whites. That's what actually gives the royal icing its structure. Just gonna add a few droplets of water. Once you've got everything combined on low speed, you want to increase the speed to high and let it whip for about 4 to 5 minutes to really build in some structure. You can see now how this is rather fluid because there's no volume worked into it. So with 5 minutes of whipping, it'll give the meringue some body so that it holds its shape. All right, we've got royal icing. There, you can see how the royal icing has structure and body to it. So when I pipe it, it will hold its detail. If you're planning a decorating party, you can make your royal icing ahead of time. The key is to keep it away from the air so it doesn't dry and solidify on you. You can transfer it to bowls, color it if you want, and then put plastic wrap directly on the surface of the icing itself so it won't dry out. I'm going to leave mine white. I'll leave it up to you if you want to color yours, but I'd like to show you the difference between a piped and a flood style royal icing. Now, to make a flood style royal icing that covers the surface of your cookie, you need a more fluid frosting. So what I do is just take a couple droplets of water. So you need to fully beat your royal icing and then add more water to get the consistency you want. Ultimately, a royal icing is like the most dense meringue you could possibly imagine, and probably the sweetest too. So I'm looking for the icing to flow. Still got some volume to it. It's always a good idea to just add a little at a time, because if you add too much, well then you have to add more icing sugar, and then all of a sudden you have enough flood icing to decorate the entire front of your house. There. So it's running, but it's still got body and structure to it. We can compare them side by side. So for the flood style, I'm not using a tip at all in my piping bag. For the pipeable, I've got a very small plain tip. Of course, pull out your piping tips, have fun. Oh, and I mentioned having a decorating party. You can get your piping bags already set up, filled, just seal the top with an elastic band and wrap the tips with plastic so the icing doesn't dry out. You can always use a toothpick to sort of poke a hole in it to start again. So that way you have everything ready ahead of time and everything is airtight. And now I'll fill the flood. And this too, you want to keep covered if you're not using it right away. Last thing I need, the cookies. All right, let's do a couple of flood style just so you get a sense of it. Now the key, I want to leave the decorating creativity up to you, but just give you a sense of the feel of the royal. And you can always give the cookie a little shake to let it settle. Swirl it around, let gravity do its thing. The key is if you want to add piped icing to a flooded cookie, you have to give this a good 4 to 6 hours to dry, because that's a lot of frosting. And first it gets a surface skin, but you have to let the royal dry all the way through. And that's just for a shape detail. If you want a little more precision, you'll pipe around and then color inside the lines. It does begin setting within minutes, so you don't want to go back too many times. All right, so I'll move these to my tray to dry a little bit. And let's look at some piping style. My reindeer and a snowflake. So you can always test on a plate the consistency or the color, any piping detail. We'll add some snowdrops to our reindeer's antlers. When you're working with royal icing, while it's still soft, everything's erasable. If you're not happy with your work, you can scrape it off, take a damp paper towel, just wipe off any royal icing residue, let the cookie dry, and you can start again. It's just icing after all, and it's the holidays. I've still got a few cookies left to decorate, but after you've given them a few hours to dry, well, they can be stacked in your cookie tin and they're ready to go. I really think the reindeer are my favorite. Now you've got all the tools to plan a cookie decorating party, including a delicious European spiced gingerbread, your Speculoos cookie, a perfect royal icing, and the rest, that's up to you. Have fun over the holidays, enjoy your cookies, and I'll see you again soon for another festive recipe. Oh yeah. The spices.